Hi guys, today we have with us industrial partnerships and career services. I think so that's a bigger, that's I think comprise everything about jobs, getting a job to everything. Head of the placement committee as well, so everything. So why this name? Why this name industrial partnership and career services? What is the meaning of this?
So good afternoon, Ravneet. My name is Mandar Desai. I lead the industry partnerships and career services team at Bitsom. The reason why, coming to the term that you asked for, the industry partnerships and career services, IPCS, what we call, actually works with the industry on multiple counts. It's not just career services. We actually engage with industry for corporate life projects, for inviting speakers from the industry to come and speak to the students, for general engagements with the corporates, and ultimately everything culminates into placements. That is the objective. Summer internships also are an important component as far as the MBA curriculum is concerned.
Great. So basically you are trying to push the boundaries. MBA does not mean only job. कि आप आए हो job लेके जाओ. So you
Absolutely.
And without industry interaction, MBA cannot exist because MBA is for the industry.
Correct. So an MBA is basically a practical curriculum wherein you learn within the classroom from the faculty and the academia. You also learn from outside the classroom. So you have industry practitioners who come and share their perspective, who come and talk to you about best practices within an organization, within the industry. They speak about their journey over the period of time. They speak about their learnings. And that, I think, enriches you as a student. Basically, learning or curriculum is one side of the coin. The other side of the coin is the practical aspects that go along in developing you as a personality overall. So that's equally important, we feel.
And sir, with this you have nullified my first question, which I always ask everyone, कि sir मुझे job लगेगा क्या? Because that's the first thing in everybody's mind. And I think before I could ask you answer the question, if you are industrial exposure, there is no problem doing that. So what do you think about, will I get a job as an MBA? And what I should do to get into a good job?
See, the very fact that the school has taken you on board after going through your documentation and they have done their due diligence as far as your candidature is concerned. Naturally, you have it in you what it takes as far as getting into the industry and being successful in the industry. What you need to do is you need to work on developing yourself as an individual. See where all you need to kind of come up the curve in terms of learnings, in terms of your exposure. Try and plug those gaps. Try and build on those strengths that you would have. And eventually, if you work on yourself and if you kind of, go through the transformational journey of the MBA, there's no reason why people cannot get a job. In fact, we always say, hum jobs nahi lagate. We don't get people jobs. We only facilitate the conversations. Students are the ones who actually do well, perform in the interview and get themselves placed. That's more the way to put it. So, career services team can only be an enabler in terms of getting them students the opportunities. Beyond that, students are the ones who get themselves placed.
Great. And I think the moment students start realizing that the only one to blame is himself, that I think he become more responsible for everything what he's doing in life.
I wouldn't want to use the word blame. What I would say is if you look at it from the perspective that you want to get into a MBA for a holistic learning and a personality development over a period of 2 years, I think that is more relevant because, while a lot of people look at an MBA as a stepping stone for the career or a job, what is also important is the kind of networking that you do in these 2 years. What is the learning that you take away? Because all said and done after your graduation degree, there's obviously something more that you are learning during this curriculum. It's the networks that you create over a period of time. It's the practical implementation of the knowledge that you gain is equally important. Job, of course, is a culmination of all the efforts, but if you put in these efforts and move in the right direction, it is something that will take you through to the end.
Great. Sir, we move to summer internship because I want to talk about that part. Sir, what is more important? Because lots of people ask me, कि summer में क्या choose करूँ, whether I should go for this or that. Is profile more important, or the money more important, or the company name is more important?
So summer internships are traditionally for a period of 2 to 2.5 months, 3 months at max. So the objective for any student should be to try and get maximum learning from the time that they are getting their internship or doing their internship. So some people may be inclined more towards the brand, some people may be inclined more towards the content. So my sense is that you should look at what is the meat in that particular role, what is it that you are learning. And it is more of an exposure, it's more of a dipstick to understand that particular domain, the exposure that you get in a particular domain. And to decide your way forward in terms of what you want to do, and more importantly, what is it that you don't want to do. So, you can make up your mind in terms of where you are, what is it that you want to do. So, I think money is not something, money obviously will follow. And you have an entire career to make money. I'm not saying money is not important,
Correct.
but money should not be the primary focus at this point of time, because it's only a 2-month internship. The objective of the internship of corporate life projects is to get you exposed to the industry, to try and evaluate yourself in terms of what is it that you want to do, what are the opportunities available, and then take a call in terms of your final career.
Correct. So, sir, if we talk about the Bitform, so average package is now touching around 2 lakh. Average stipend is around 2 lakhs. So, what do you think is the major deciding factor in that? Because suddenly in the second batch, this is the second batch of internship. So, what are the main deciding factors? Is the quality of students very good, or you are doing a very good job at your end? What is the main deciding factor which is driving these numbers?
So the average that we had this year is, about 60% of the batch has got more than 2 lakhs as the stipend over a period of 2 months. The average has been about 2.02 lakhs, and the highest has been 4.75 lakhs. So we have done quite well on most of the parameters. In fact, if you look at a year-on-year comparison, there's been a 33% increase in terms of the median, 25% increase in terms of the average. So we have done well. I would say that students have gone into the industry, have proven themselves, and that's quite reflective of the fact that we've got about 45 plus PPOs for the batch that interned, and industry has had
almost 1/3 of the batch.
Yeah, and industry has had some good things to say about the curriculum, about the winning at the workplace courses that we teach, which is a differentiator for the school. That is something that has gone down well. Students have performed well in the internships, and I think that has given more credibility and credence to the school. Apart from that, from our end, we definitely continue to engage with the industry. We had more than 70 sessions wherein industry speakers, industry leaders have come and spoken to the students. We have a property called Spotlight, Learn from the Industry Practitioner, wherein people from the industry, senior leaders from the industry are invited to come and speak and interact with the students. So all of these factors have definitely played their part in terms of the visibility of the school, the performance of the students, and in general the awareness as far as the curriculum and the differentiators that we've got in place.
So this is one thing which I felt since I come on campus is that you're trying to push the boundaries. Because there used to be boundaries. This is college, this is a job experience, and you should talk to each other. But I think you are breaking the wall between the them, kind of making them interact together.
Yes, so it has been a conscious decision on behalf of the school that we have kind of tried to bring in subjects or topics or domains which are actually life skills in a way. So we teach things like negotiation skills, art of writing, advanced Excel skills, right brain thinking, design thinking, politeconomics, theatre, so expressions through theatre, music. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to create students who have a holistic kind of understanding, and this is a well-rounded development of the individual as an overall personality. It's not just restricting themselves to the curriculum. So that's a conscious decision that we have taken, and that's well embedded into the curriculum.
Right. So if you look at the medical example, so in medical, the internship is throughout the year. Because end of the day, they don't learn from the book, they learn from the patient. So, but in MBA, it's only 2 months of summer internship. So do you think we should have more like this? Like you have live projects, but do you think the curriculum should change in the future, that it's more about curriculum should be imbibed with the industry altogether?
It may be a little difficult because there is a certain set pattern that is there, that is followed by most of the schools, or rather all the schools within the ecosystem. Right. So it may not be so easy for us to change the system overall in a jiffy. But yeah, so these additional points that we are trying to work on, or these additional developmental areas that we are working on, I think is a step in that direction. So corporate life project, student engage with corporates for a period of about 3 months. Internships are there for about 2.5, 3 months. At times, certain industries need longer tenure with the students, because industries like product management, for example, they feel that 2.5 months, 3 months may not be sufficient. So what we try and do is we try and club the two together. So students can actually work on a live project for about 3 months and then get into their internship. So these via media will have to be found out, or rather ways and means will have to be found out. And the end objective is that the student should get a good experience of the domain of the industry that they're working in, and I think that should go a long way in terms of propelling their career further.
Right. And some internship act like that. You have to learn.
Yes.
Then you are back in school, so you have to learn
That's
a lot.
right. That's right.
Great, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you
very
so much.
Thank you.
Thanks.